And let's just start on defense because York is he one of the top guys that might be somebody to keep an eye on that could even take a bigger step?
Well, the hope is, he's been a starter. He's a junior now. He was a surprise starter as a true freshman. Got here, just turned everybody's heads. Last year, I thought he was a solid player. Okay, that's nice, but by the time you get to be a junior and you're a team captain, all those things, I think you need to be more than a solid player. And I mean, he makes plays, but sometimes he's been known to overrun some or get caught up in the blocking when and not fill the right gaps. So um, he's a good player. They're hoping that he can take the step to great player. They were better last year at linebacker when Scooby Williams was out there, a transfer from Florida, when he was out there with him. But Scooby was kind of in and out of the lineup with injuries. When he was playing alongside Torrin York, they were better. So if they can keep both of those guys healthy, maybe they can take a step forward at linebacker too.
Okay. And what about on offense? You've already mentioned, of course, the quarterback. We talked about him, talked about some of those receiver transfers. You mentioned Moss. Let's talk about that running back room. So is somebody, I guess Moss would be it, but I know Owens also has talent. And of course, EJ Smith is still here. I think we're all kind of wondering whether or not there's another gear there for EJ. But are they looking at Moss and or Owens as, especially now with Reed and that zone read game that they could be playing, that's really where the offense is going to run with Reed and getting that running game going with Moss and Owens?
Yeah, look, like I said, Reed was all SEC running back last year, was on his way to 1,000-yard season as a hard runner. You don't tackle him with an arm, and usually you don't tackle him with one guy. But Reuben Owens is a guy that might have been the starter last year had he not gotten hurt. I'm not saying it's definite that he would have been, but I think Reuben Owens is the kind of guy that makes you miss, whereas Le'Veon's the kind of guy just try to run through a tackle.
Okay.
Right. So Reuben has a lot more
shake and bake
to him, and Le'Veon just is going to bowl you over. So they're obviously very excited to have Reuben back. I think he's more of a. I think the biggest difference is a big play typically for Le'Veon's a 20-yard run. He probably got hit at the line of scrimmage, bounced off a tackle. Somebody hit him about 5 yards later, and he got out of that one, and then got hit in the secondary by two guys and dragged him another 5 yards and finished off with 25-yard gain. That's Le'Veon. Reuben Owens is, he's the home run hitter. He's the guy that has that ability to, whether it be catching the ball or just taking it on a handoff, to really make a big play. I'm not saying he has that Devon A-Chain type speed that we saw here a few years ago, but I think he's more of he's probably their, if he's healthy and all indications are he is, he's their greatest as a running back big play threat.
And is there a player in the receiving game outside of, we talked about the transfers, is there someone else? I know you mentioned the number 2 tight end, but is there like a definite number 1? I guess it's Concepcion, but is Bussey, or is there some other holdover to keep an eye on?
I'll tell you, they're really excited about a couple of guys who are, going to be redshirt freshmen, Ashton Bethel-Roman and Isaiah Williams, but Terry Bussey is kind of the X factor. He didn't catch a lot of passes last year, but he wasn't supposed to play receiver. In fact, he's never been a receiver. He's from a town of about, less than 1,000 in East Texas near the Louisiana border called Timpson, and he was the quarterback there. Played quarterback and cornerback as they do in the small schools. So he came here as has never played receiver, and they put him at corner. He was going to be a quarterback. But then there was injuries at receiver, and they're looking around and saying, what are our best options? Hey, let's move this kid over from corner to receiver because we need some options. And he actually, he had some nice plays. So he's the X factor. Is he going to be able to? How much growth is he going to show into that position? He's got plenty of speed. He's got nice size, not great size, but nice size, but plenty of speed and a lot of ability. So could he turn into that guy that's your deep threat? Certainly, the potential is there. If he continues to grow at receiver, I think anything's possible with him.
And then keep an eye also on those redshirt freshmen.
Yeah, both of those guys have been getting the reviews on them. Coaches have been raving about them, but I think Bussey's like I said, I think he's the X factor to that offense.
Okay. 17 receptions, 216 through the air. Not bad in your first year as a college football wide receiver after playing quarterback in high school and also corner was the first gig. So that's interesting. We'll definitely keep an eye on Bussey because if the three of those guys can get going, that could make things a lot easier for Reed.